Hi everyone, I'm Nicki Pike, mortgage broker with TMG The Mortgage Group in Red Deer, and I'm sitting here today with my friend Jana Palm-Rienks from IG Wealth Management. Hi Jana.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to sit down with local professionals and learn about what you do and how you can help my clients and people that I know.
Okay.
So if you're okay with that, I'd like to ask you some questions.
Absolutely.
Learn more about what you do and who you can help.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's get right to it. Why don't you tell us what you do?
Okay, good question. I have worked for IG for 14 years, and I say IG because people may not be aware that Investors Group has recently changed names and is now IG Wealth Management. And while our name has changed, what I do has not.
Okay.
So what I do is specialize in working with individuals and families and business owners, and really finding out what's important to you and then building a comprehensive financial plan that takes the guesswork out of investing, reducing taxes, and finding the most effective way to put your money to work for you. So then we look at proper estate planning and ensure that more of your money rolls to the next generation in the most effective way possible, basically.
So really a very important piece to our financial health.
Absolutely.
Understanding everything that you do.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. So when I look at your business cards, I see a lot of letters.
Okay.
And I don't know what they all mean. So if you could explain what the letters and designations mean, and just I think that'll help us understand a little bit more about what it is you do.
Okay. So first off, I have my CFP, so that's Certified Financial Planner designation, and that really encompasses most everything what I do. Then I also have my Elder Planning Counselor. That is very specific to those people who are 55 years and older,
okay.
And definitely during those retirement years, and focuses a lot on the estate planning process and division of assets, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Then most recently, I have my Chartered Financial Divorce Specialist, and that's a mouthful, but that is very specific to the divorce process, and even more specifically, the financial aspect of that.
Is that something that a lot of financial planners have?
No, actually, I'm only the only one in Red Deer who has that designation. And I really thought it was important just based on the sheer number of clients that are going through the divorce process. Yeah.
Speaking from someone that has been through it, and there's a lot going on during that process, so to have a professional that can sit down and help you work through the investment piece, I would think that would be very beneficial.
Well, it's rather new to my practice, so we'll see. But definitely the knowledge that I've learned has already come in handy.
Well, there's lots of pieces to it too, because as you go through that divorce, everything changes. Mm-hmm. You no longer have the two incomes, your retirement planning, everything can change.
Well, that's actually a good point. After the divorce process, your retirement plan is drastically altered. And when we talk about a living plan at IG, it's definitely that plan that's moving and changing with you anyways. But through anything that happens throughout your life, that plan needs to adjust and change.
So you're looking for clients for long term.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next question I have is, when people come to you, what questions do they have for you?
Most common question people ask me is, how close am I to retirement? What do I need to save per month or as a accumulated number of assets? Am I done yet is a common question. Sometimes it's, should I pay down my mortgage or invest in RSPs if I have a little bit extra money per month? But more commonly, or I guess more recently, I've been doing more complex plans. And so it's a lot more the business succession planning, selling retirement or rental properties in your retirement or waiting, how that affects your tax brackets and all of those kinds of things.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And really there's no real answer to any specific question except as it pertains to your specific plan.
So very individualized.
Yeah.
And I think that's important when you're sitting down and talking about your finances. You want someone that has the designations and the ability to look at your individual situation and advise from
Absolutely. What I also do is I can compare different scenarios and then look at, you know, if we did it one way versus another way, and put them side by side and see the differences in taxes, in estate, in different areas of your finances.
As a visual person, I would need that.
The graphs.
Yeah,
the graphs.
exactly. Okay, so my next question would be, who is your primary client? Who are you usually helping?
So usually it's that 40 to 55 range. It can be a little bit younger, the 35-ish. More commonly, people, their kids are getting a bit older. They're in the prime earning years of their life. They have some assets accumulated. They want to know if they're doing the right things, if there's adjustments that can be made, that kind of thing. I definitely do have a lot younger clients as well, and older, but that's probably the main focus, is that 40 to 55.
Where do you find, how do most of your clients find you?
So usually they're referrals. So their family, friends, colleagues are already my clients and recommend. We often think in our culture that we don't talk about money, we don't talk about how much we make or how much we have, but it's amazing how if you've had a good experience, you're very easy to recommend somebody, especially if you've had a very large impact in their lives.
And if you trust someone
Yeah.
with your finances, then that's what we talk about.
Yeah, and also moving forward with the power of attorney, a lot of my clients, as they're getting older, are adding a power of attorney onto their accounts, and the power of attorney is oftentimes their child, and so then their child comes into the picture and sees the retirement plan their parents have and say, oh, I want one of those too. Because they're adult children, right?
Exactly what I'm going through right now, and being my mom's power of attorney and looking, going, wow, I need to take a closer look at my personal stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It is, and there's always something, it seems, that triggers us to need to sit down. And I think that's what I talk about with my clients, is sometimes it's important to sit down before you have that trigger.
Well, ideally, everybody who talks to me always says, if I had only started 10 years sooner, I wish I had known this, or can you tell my kids this? But definitely starting where you're at is better than putting it off.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah.
So Jana and I have known each other for a little while, and I think we work really well together.
Yes.
And I'd love if maybe you can touch a little bit on that as to why we work well together.
Okay, sure. I guess the main thing for me is that I really respect and care for my clients, and I feel that you have that same attitude towards your clients. I think that we treat it less like a transaction and more like a relationship.
Definitely.
And so IG has its own mortgage specialist in-house, but definitely there's things that I need. I love to be able to pick up the phone and ask you questions and get a broker's point of view. There are some things like a CHIP mortgage that I could refer business to you, and it's just a really good working relationship.
It is, and I love having someone that I know and trust that can take the time to sit down with my clients, and I know my clients are going to get the financial plan that they need. So I appreciate Jana very much for that. So if you are looking to learn more about your finances, about a financial plan for you, I highly recommend Jana, and we will post her contact information at the end of the video. So please give her a call. And if you have any needs for a mortgage, you can give me a call. Nicki Pike with the Mortgage Group. Thank you, Jana, so much for being here and explaining what you do.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Happy Friday.